Now that the Minnesota Vikings have made their move at the quarterback position, trading a conditional 2024 seventh-round pick to the Raiders for veteran Nick Mullens, the question is, what's going to happen with the rest of the Vikings quarterback room? What's going to happen with Sean Mannion? What's going to happen with Kellen Mond? Kirk Cousins will be fine. Although maybe Cousins is going to see Nick Mullens as a threat and have him extricated to the USFL. I don't really know. But now that Nick Mullens is coming in, look at me. Look at me. I'm the QB2 now. What is going to happen with the rest of the Vikings quarterback room? So going through the potential outcomes here. Number one, keep Kirk, keep Mullens, 2 quarterbacks on the 53, which is the standard. You cut Mannion, you cut Mond. You start over where Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell wanted to come in and check out the quarterback room with a clean slate, with a fresh set of eyes. They want to see them in practice. And frankly, this Mullens trade is on Mannion and Mond, where they didn't step up in practice. They have been, Mond has been high variance in preseason games. Mannion has been Mannion. So this is really on them. I think scenario 2 is probably the most likely, where they'll keep Kirk, they'll keep Mullens on the 53. They'll take the risk with Kellen Mond, putting him on waivers, trying to get him on the practice squad, because I still think that Kellen Mond does have some potential. He does have a future, and I do think that Kevin O'Connell potentially wants to work with him. I think he does have some upside for the foreseeable future. But if a team picks him up off of waivers and puts him on their 53-man roster, really that broken up about it? I would be, but I can understand why the Vikings would take that risk, and then they cut Sean Mannion. Scenario number 3, keep Kirk, keep Mullens, keep Mond on the 53, and cut Sean Mannion. This is probably the second most likely scenario, where the Vikings, maybe they don't want to risk Mond on the practice squad, getting him through waivers. So you roster 3 quarterbacks. It's what they did last year. I don't know. I don't know. But you basically be burning an extra roster spot on a quarterback. Maybe. Number 4, this is probably the least likely. Keep Kirk, keep Mullens, keep Mannion on the 53, and cut Kellen Mond. Where having 2 veteran stopgap quarterbacks is sort of redundant, and Nick Mullens is a better version of Sean Mannion. Generally, you want your starter, you want your veteran backup who is good in the quarterback room and can spot start and keep you afloat for a couple games if necessary, and then you want a developmental young guy with some upside that you can groom into either being the future backup or maybe even your starter, or potentially garnering some trade value. That's your ideal setup for the quarterbacks. And then lastly, number 5, even though this is not going to happen, but I'm here just for the anarchy, keep Mullens, keep Mond, trade Kirk, and then start the purge. Oh, and also cut Sean Mannion. But that's a given. I'm not talking about purge, about cleansing the roster. I'm talking about the purge, the actual night of anarchy, where all crime is legal for one evening. I mean, I'm okay with that. But looking at Sean Mannion's contract, because I do think that Mannion is going to be the odd man out. In fact, since the Vikings do have to now cut or waive 6 players to get to the 80-man roster limit by tomorrow afternoon, maybe Sean Mannion is cut. He did come back on a 1-year, $1.2725 million deal with $277.2 thousand fully guaranteed. So the Vikings have to carry that over on the dead cap. Also, here's a fun barroom trivia question. Who was the player drafted directly after Danielle Hunter in the 3rd round 2015? Ow, by God. That's Sean Mannion's music. Hey, St. Louis Rams, you were that close. You were that close to having Danielle Hunter and Aaron Donald on the same defense. Woo! That would be gross. That would have been gross, man. But, hey, Nick Mullens, I'm happy with the trade. Besides, what was, last time the Vikings brought in a undersized, undrafted journeyman backup, it didn't work out. Didn't work out, man. But I don't know. I don't know if Kirk is going to feel threatened by Nick Mullens, since Vikings fans do generally have an affinity for Southern Miss quarterbacks. I don't know. Who really knows? But I do think that Cousins and Mullens on the 53 are a given. The main question is what's going to happen with Mond. I do think that Sean Mannion is going to get his walking papers at some point. So the question is, are they just going to cut Mond? Are they going to try and get him onto the practice squad? Does he have some marginal trade value? Will a team give up a conditional 7th round pick because they only watched the Raiders preseason game in the second half? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting. I think as of right now, something really needs to happen with one of the quarterbacks. Whereas if you are going to get rid of Sean Mannion, you may as well do it now with 80-man cuts and have Mullens and Mond split as many practice reps as possible, as well as, of course, in the final preseason game against the Broncos. And I think it will be good for Mullens to at least get a drive or two under his belt for the Vikings if he is going to roll into week one as the primary backup for the Vikes. But that's it. Let's take a look at what happens now in the Vikings quarterback room after they traded for Raiders quarterback Nick Mullens. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.